Oh my God, we are live and I am so excited. I am actually with two of my favorite people. So, my name is Dr. Tracy Harrell, and I am leading a series called The Living Powerfully Experience. And these ladies are going to join me in June, on June 29th, for the capstone of this series, the summer series. And we're going to have a conversation around wellness, wealth, and the art of transformation. So I'm going to start by asking Miss Debrena Jackson Gandy to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what is living powerfully. What does that mean to you?
Ooh, well, it is so good to be here. And I would say I love that phrase, living powerfully. And when I think about all of the pieces that make up a full and rich life, whether it's mind, body, spirit, relationships, order in your life, financial flow, harmony in your love relationships or family relationships, when all of those are working and you are showing up in your fullness, your divine fullness, your personal gifts, talents, skills, and abilities are in play in your life, and you are connected to your joy, that to me is living powerfully. And as a result of that, you impact people with your presence, whether it's in a room or through your business or your work.
Yes, yes, I love that. That's perfect. Oh my goodness. Dr. Kacy Winans, one of my newest besties.
Me.
Wellness is your thing. And so when I mentioned this concept of living powerfully, you were like, oh, I'm all in. So can you tell us who you are and what does living powerfully, what does that mean to you?
Hello, everyone. I'm very blessed to be here. I'm Dr. Kacy Winans. I am a functional neurologist, holistic wellness expert, and master Pilates instructor. So, living in your fullness, the power, the wellness, to me, truly, that is taking full accountability in your health in different facets from the feng shui of your home, your living quarter to internally cleansing the body consistently through sound, through fire, liquid, water, all of the elements that God has given us can do help us lead a healthy lifestyle. So, yes, there you go. It's a
I
little bit about
love.
myself.
Yes, please, please tell us when you talk about the cleansing, the creating a space. Because Debrina, you talk about space as well. Living powerfully, it's an activation of so many things. There's something that we embody when we live powerfully. What would you say is the embodiment of living powerfully?
Are you
Yes.
asking me or
Either
Debrina?
one, Debrina,
Go
you, it's
ahead,
all
Dr.
good.
Casey. Lead on this one.
And say it one more time, Dr.
So
Trish.
just when you're embodying this concept of living powerfully, what does that feel like? If someone's watching this, they're like, that sounds nice. What do I need to do differently? What does living powerfully feel like?
Sometimes it's renewing the whole lifestyle. Just get everything out. I've been blessed to be able to go cold turkey on things that do not that don't add that's not an asset to my health, to my life. So I do encourage people, give yourself a fresh start, a head start to a new you. And like myself and Dr. Debrina, we are your guides for for a little while or a lifetime to help you plan and initiate your new lifestyle in your fullness and give you the plan to be a blessing to everyone around you while you're leading that healthy lifestyle because balance is important too. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's the start. That's basic one to me is looking at your reflection, starting off, with your affirmations and continuing from there with the new mindset, gutted out lifestyle. So yeah.
Mm, I love it. Debrina, you're nodding your head. You're like, yes.
Yes, I love it. Well, in response to that question, to me, living powerfully is more the effect. It's not the cause, it's the outcome, it's the result of. And so, what is it the result of? And I would distill it down to two things, in addition to everything that Dr. Casey said. One is alignment,
Mhm.
and two is congruence. So by
Mm.
alignment, I mean that's more of a vertical orientation. There's things we say are important to us. There's things we say we value. There are goals that we have. There are resolves and areas of focus or attention that we claim are important. But then when you look at our choices, when you look at our thoughts, when you look at what we speak, going back to that, the importance of that language that Dr. Kacy was talking about, oftentimes they're not aligned with what we claim or say is important. We're out of alignment. And then congruence to me is where there's a match between your personal life and your public life, or your personal life and your professional life. And we don't have two different personalities that kick in. We don't have the family giving one testimony about how you are, and it might not be so cute, might be difficult, might be contrary, but then publicly, we're talking about peace and harmony and order. So there's a lot of being out of congruence and being unaligned. But when you're aligned and congruent, you show up as, and a natural byproduct is that you live powerfully.
Mhm.
um,
Mm.
yeah.
Yes, I
That's
love
awesome.
that.
There's freedom in that, Debrena. There's so much freedom in just showing up who you are all the time,
That's right.
as that person. So yeah, I like that.
Amen. Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
living powerfully is living free.
Oh
There's
yeah.
freedom in living
Freely and
powerfully.
fully. Yes.
Yeah,
Freely.
I mean that everything she just said was truth. So there's freedom in truth. And
Mm.
um like she said, the congruency, just everything. I was loving it. I was loving it, Debrena. Excited to hear you speak,
Like
girl.
minds. Like minds.
Yeah.
Like mine.
Like hearts.
That's
Yes. Like
exactly what I saw when I met Dr. Casey. I was like, "Oh my God, this is like so powerful. This is living powerfully." When you surround yourself with people that steel sharpening steel. It is what do you call it? Eagles, flying with eagles. Living powerfully is also surrounding yourself with a community of amazing people as well. And Debrina, you have a community. Your space. What did you tell us a little bit about your space? This is not what is it called again?
Well, I have several communities,
Yes.
because my courses tend to create connection and intimacy that generates a community of women that stay connected even after the course or the program or the experience. Um, and for example, in my Advanced Bountiful course, we do call the women eagles. And there's a whole teaching about specifically the bald eagle, which is at the top of the uh, birds of prey food chain. And interestingly enough, the female bald eagle is actually larger than the male bald eagle. I didn't find this out until I was doing my research in preparation for the course. And there's so many powerful things about the eagle and the bald eagle that apply to and translate over into how we can be, show up, engage, and relate in our lives. So, oftentimes we see a bald eagle, especially here in the Northwest, we actually see bald eagles, and they often are alone. But when they're in a kettle, which is a group of eagles, they're able to fly so high, our eyes often don't see them. So they're not solitary birds. They're not loners. So even eagles have a community.
I love it. And one of your communities is called the there's this Facebook Sacred
Oh,
Society.
that's a private Facebook group, which is Sacred Society. And then I have a membership program called Sacred Society Life Lab about
Mm.
living and being a sacred, self-caring woman.
How do people find you? I'm just going to throw that in there real quick. The Sacred Society Life Lab. I participated in your Juicy Woman University for 3 years. So I'm about to lean myself into the Sacred Society Life Lab. That's the only reason I don't know what it is, because I'm already doing that and your transformational coaching program. So I'm all Debrina all the time. Just so we're clear. Only reason I don't know that one because
Hey,
I'm
I'm just trying
already.
to live powerfully up in here, okay?
I love it.
I am living powerfully.
I'm leaving it all in the court of life. I don't want to be saying wish I woulda, coulda, shoulda. I want to be an empty vessel that poured out every gift,
Amen.
talent, skill, and
Amen.
ability that God imparted me with, because to whom much is given, much is required.
Drop the
Amen.
mic on that one, y'all. That's living
Yep.
powerfully. So when we talk about this living powerfully experience, again, this is about you showing up and leaving everything on the table as well. So we're going to talk to these ladies in depth. Again, the series, the full session is going to be on June 29th at 5:30 p.m. It's going to be online and in person. So we'll put the link here for you to join us. It's so amazing to think about wellness, wealth, and the art of transformation because the two of you both focus on transformations. Let's talk a little bit about what does it mean? What does the art of transformation mean to you? Let's start with you this time, Dr. Kacy.
Well, the art of transformation, I stick close to what I have said prior on actually gutting out, starting from, the starting with the foundation, which I do believe is your reflection and your words, how you speak to yourself, what you say to yourself. So yeah, full transformation, we start with the words you speak and different confessions, and then we after that, the internal, we work on the external, which is, based upon your body type or what you want to see for yourself for the future. There's exercise in it. The foundation of mine is Pilates. So Pilates starts from the foundation, from the ground up. It naturally aligns your spine. So you actually get a body sculpting Pilates program. And outside of that, transforming, looking at your schedule, looking at your plan, just like your daily lifestyle and how you execute your daily lifestyle. So execution, action is everything, right? So yeah, we just plan accordingly with that.
I love it. I love it so much. So the art of transformation, Debrena, you that's your thing. Tell us about what that means to you, how people can truly transform.
Yeah. Well, I think it's an art and a science because it's based upon spiritual law and it's not just opinion. So when you think about a butterfly and it's starting as a caterpillar and going through a transformation to become a new and different creature, you can't go back to being the caterpillar once you become a butterfly. So when you have undergone transformation, there's no reverting, first of all. And a lot of us do experience backsliding, or we put our resolutions out and then the check marks are not beside each one to represent fulfillment. So we do a lot of motivation and inspiration in our culture. Transformation is deeper, it's permanent, and it happens starting at the level of belief about self. And a lot of times we've never explored, uncovered, or excavated what's our core software, our human programming called beliefs. Though they were installed between age 5 and 11, the majority of beliefs we're still living from that are running our lives today. So to me, for the work to be considered transformational and not inspirational or growth or development, which are important, you've got to go deeper to the bedrock of your self-concept. And then from there, you're also looking at your concepts and core beliefs about money, about men, if you're a woman and you desire to be in a love relationship with a man, about God. It amazes me how many twisted core beliefs we have about God and money, and the list goes on. So transformation starts with deep inner work, where you are going to the bedrock of your core, which is beliefs, which thoughts arise out of beliefs and emotions arise out of thoughts. So this is going deeper than most people go. It's also based in truth, as Dr. Kacy said, because the truth shall make you free. And one of the results of transformation is freedom. And so most people are not willing to operate in truth. This American culture does not require us to be truthful. It doesn't honor that, regardless of the rhetoric. So a lot of people get eliminated right there, because in order to enter into healing, you first got to operate in truth. And that takes 90% of the people out of the transformation game, because that is so new, and they make up a story that says it's scary to operate in truth, and then we become comfortable with lies and illusions, and truth has become scary. That's how twisted our axis is. So yeah, that's a little bit about the
I
art
love
and
it.
science of personal
I,
transformation.
I love this so much. And you are both entrepreneurs. Debrena, you're 3 generations deep on entrepreneurship, I believe. And so we received a little funding from WSMA, the Washington State Micro Enterprise Association. So this Living Powerfully series is actually, focused on business leaders and entrepreneurs. So when you think about, and I said, look, I'm a mindset coach. This is what I do. So I focus on mindset, right? I'm a transformational coach. I do work around, in business, helping business people. But I thought it was so critical that we really focus on mindset, that we focus on transformation, wellness, and wealth for entrepreneurs, right? So really focus on the entrepreneurship. What specific elements around this Living Powerfully series do you think is most relevant for entrepreneurs? Debrena, like why is this work important in addition to the normal type of business planning that we do? Why is it so important that entrepreneurs go deeper into their mindset to really live powerfully, to pour into themselves a bit more and not just, be focused on the output of the business?
Yeah. Well, I think we spend a lot of time working in our business and not on our business. And the on starts with the visionary entrepreneur owner of the business. So I work with so many business owners, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds every year. And it amazes me how they've never explored their mindset. They just moved into action. And your mindset literally sets the water level for your experiences. So a lot of times we're overdoing in the physical realm because we're compensating for unknown mindsets that are creating interference with what we say we want to fulfill, achieve, or make happen in our businesses. So even in my business upgrade system training, the first M is not money, it's not marketing, it's mindset, because that sets the water level and actually creates the edges of what become possible for that business owner through their business. So I am all about that being part of the foundational work.
I love that so much. Thank you so much. So, Dr. Kacy,
Mhm.
we talk, this is again, living powerfully, wellness, wealth, and the art of transformation. Your expertise is wellness. Why must entrepreneurs focus on wellness? Why is that so important?
Well, so they won't lose their mind. so they so they can sustain, so they'll have resiliency, so they can actually put out intentional and effective work. And so yeah, entrepreneurship is completely different in my eyes than a 9 to 5 as far as mental output, right? Because you're thinking about you're thinking about your company 24/7. Really, there's no checkout, right? So the ball is always in your court. It's always up to you to make the play and see it through. And so actually scheduling time to have your self-care Sunday or have that moment. I know Debrena, I lit up when she told me she was having her spa day. I'm like, yes, I love to hear that because a lot of people don't. A lot of people won't. A lot of people haven't had, that sort of me time in years. And it can take toll on your personal life. I've seen that where, Debrena would be the one to go for this to talk about this as well. But I've seen it where it's stressed out someone's marriage or stressed out their children or just, no balance in the life while being an entrepreneur is very important. So wellness, truly my main thing. I think about the nervous system, okay? I'm just gonna throw it out there. B12, get your B vitamins, get your algae, get those goody internal minerals that because if a stress comes, the first thing it gets on is the nerves, right?
Mm.
That's why Parkinson's has been what it is, or a tick syndrome, a child being, just moving, uh, if you're holding something that vibrates or just anything, whatever you do for work, the first thing that takes a toll is your nervous system. So you want to get in your B vitamins, your complexes, liquid, capsule, anywhere you can, get those in, okay? And allow your nerves to calm down and not be shredded, because that's what the body tends to do as you age.
I
It
love it.
tends to begin to shred. So, entrepreneurship, your nerves are so important. Get in your B vitamins and take care of you. So,
I
yeah.
love it, y'all. There's going to be so much more to this conversation. Again, Debrena Jackson Gandy, Dr. Kacy Winans will be joining us on June 29th. We are at 5:30 p.m. Again, it's going to be online and in person. And what's super exciting is they are about going deep. The session is called Living Powerfully: Wellness, Wealth, and the Art of Transformation. Ladies, any final words that you want to share on what people can do right now on their journey to live powerfully?
Right now, I suggest, I'm a woman of faith. So, right now, I strongly suggest getting in, those good affirmations, getting in nice words, speaking kindly to yourself, and drink a lot of water. So,
I love it.
And I echo that. And I would language it this way, the two S's. Dr. Kacy talked about gutting out your life, and that is so, so essential, because our lives can be filled with gunk, funk, and junk, and we never gutted it out. And it just keeps building up poison, toxins, uh, life pus. And so, subtraction is a great place for people to start. Like, what is not essential? What is not reciprocal? What is not contributing to your joy? What is not contributing to your energy? And subtracting those things, or shifting the energy. It's not always about subtracting relationships, but we can definitely shift the amount of energy that's being directed into certain relationships. So subtract the amount of energy, or subtract commitments, or subtract um, um, certain events and activities you may be in. And then the second S, I would say, is sacred prayer and meditation as a daily practice. We did not create ourselves, and we were created to be connected to, consciously connected to our creator. When you take time to consciously and intentionally connect yourself to your creator, and we may have different names for that same source, so we don't want to get caught up in the naming differences we may have. The truth is, we didn't make ourselves. And that loving creator designed us to be connected to in a conscious and intentional and consistent way. And when that's a part of your life, your whole life changes, up levels, elevates. So those would be my two: subtract, and then sacred prayer and meditation as part of how you roll.
I love it. This is amazing. Ladies, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is truly about living powerfully. And again, I'm Tracy Harrell, and I like to say it's all bigger than me, but together it is not bigger than us, y'all. We got this. Thank you.
thank
Thank
See you
you,
you,
soon.
Dr. Tracy.
Tracy.
Thanks.